and welcome to this edition of Exposure Investigates. Over the past few weeks, we've looked at Valentine's Day, what's happening in and around Cardiff and the world of film.
This week we're taking a look at the local Cardiff arts and culture scene. Cardiff is well known for being a centre of the arts and media, with a large part of the BBC and ITV being based here.
On today's show, we'll be looking at local art and the local music scene. We'll also be doing a roundup of well-known media that originates in Cardiff. And finally, we'll be doing our regular segments, including A Day in the Bay.
But before all this, we've got a presenter challenge to do. Our crew have gone to a well-known Cardiff location, giving us hints and clues as to where they might be. It's our job to work out where they may be by the end of the show. So let's have a look at where they went this week.
Where am I? A place of culture and creative learning. Opened on the 29th of November 2007 by television presenter Rhodri Owen and actress Sian Phillips, there is so much to create and available in this state-of-the-art building. The four-storey building is at the centre of a thriving city with something for everyone. Your visit could be a short one or a long one.
What is this?
Meeting new like-minded people on the way, making new friends in your new social life. Giving you the opportunity for independence, working for yourself and meeting deadlines. Here you can develop who you are and who you want to be, setting out new life goals for the future. So, can you guess, where am I?
Do you have any
ideas?
idea? I really don't know.
Not a clue. I feel quite bad.
I know. I think I like to think that I know Cardiff quite well, but that just threw me.
Not a clue.
Really don't know. Well, at the end of today's show, we'll have hopefully worked it out.
Moving on now, we've dedicated today's show to looking at local creative people. We want to find out about what they do and how they do it. We also want to know a little bit about why they chose to work in Cardiff.
Many films and TV shows have been shot here in Cardiff, and we wanted to learn about why Cardiff is such a fantastic place to film. Lauren Pritchard is a media student at the University of South Wales with a strong interest in location scouting and management. We asked her to tell us why she thinks Cardiff is such a great location for filming.
As we all know, Cardiff is an extremely busy
Jade,
city, but as of late, it's been
what is that
for
building
TV
for
shows
the-
such as Casualty, Sherlock, and Doctor Who.
Quiz.
So this week we're going to take a look at these locations that have been used.
Generally not a clue.
First up is Cardiff Bay, home to BBC Wales and ITV Wales. This place has been central to a massive part of the media boom. First up though would be Torchwood. Torchwood has become a massive tourist destination for its fans. It is not only used in Torchwood, but it is used in Doctor Who, more memorably, the Face of Boe reveal. This scene merged Doctor Who and Torchwood even further. Next up is the Senedd, not only used in Casualty and Doctor Who, but it has been used in S4C documentaries, but more notably used as a set for the Lazarus Experiment in Doctor Who in 2007. But moving from the Bay, let's go somewhere a bit more central. This place has been used in multiple shows across BBC and ITV, such as Sherlock, Gavin and Stacey, and Doctor Who. It has been used for nightclub scenes multiple times within these shows. But who could forget a bit of Who?
So as you can see, there have been a lot of places used on TV within Cardiff, and with the upcoming media boom, you're probably going to end up seeing a lot more. My name's RJ, and I'll see you next time.
So Liam, what are some of your favourite places in Cardiff?
I'm quite a big fan of all the sort of club scene and things like that. I
Yeah.
like Revs and Oceana. Well,
Classic.
Prism now.
Yeah.
Oceana's gone, but it's
Oh, I
still quite a
know.
decent club. Glam Boutique, cheap night out.
Glam
not
is a
too
good
bad.
night.
Yeah. What about you?
Same really. Glam is probably my favourite place in Cardiff.
Yeah, I do like a bit of glam. So obviously Cardiff is a popular location for filming and a great place to base a production business.
Cardiff is a major hub for the media industry, and to learn more and to find out why, we invited Craig Cooper, a university lecturer, to join us to speak more on the topic.
Okay, hi Craig.
Hello.
So can you tell us what you actually teach?
Well, I teach journalism here at the university, but I also teach documentary making, mainly journalistic documentary making. But I also run my own production company in Cardiff. We make music documentaries more than anything else. We do make a few other slightly different things, but so I teach here and I run a production company as well. So.
Sounds good.
Why do you think Cardiff is such a good place for, like you said, a media production company to be based in?
Well, it's growing more all the time in media terms. Ever since, I mean, you can put it down to the time when BBC Wales decided to bring back Doctor Who. Really, that was it. Everything started growing, because before then, and I worked in ITV, I've done a few bits for other companies as well, but before that time, everything else was done elsewhere. You know, if you wanted to make a production, there was never any big productions. I think the biggest production before Doctor Who was something called Robin of Sherwood in the 80s that was made by ITV or HTV Wales at the time.
Wow.
And you know, there was just this big period where they just made low budget, you know, very kind of small Welsh programs, and now it's gone that we're making network things, and that's helped. I mean, that's drama, but that's helped everything else as well. So you know, there's much more factual programming coming from Wales. Two of the biggest production companies in Britain are based in Wales.
Wow.
So it's you know, it's a good time really for all of those industries.
Yeah, so obviously Cardiff's a really great place for production, but is there anywhere else you'd rather work?
Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, when you're making factual programming, you might have your office based in Cardiff, but you know, the world's your oyster compared to where you want to film. You know, I've on one of my documentaries, I went on tour with Deep Purple around Russia, which was quite good fun. So it doesn't really matter where your office is based. If you're based in London, things are easier but also harder. There's more competition, but everything is around you, and you can just go and meet a commissioning editor and talk about your next idea. So in some ways things are easier, but the BBC in particular as well, and all the other broadcasters have also made big efforts not to commission things just from London. So if you are a production company from Wales, you've got a slightly higher chance of getting something made because you're from Wales, or from Scotland, or from Manchester, or from any of the hubs outside London, because they have to make a certain percentage of their programmes from outside London. So, you know, that's another thing that's helped as well.
Now, you mentioned media in Wales changing and developing over the last few years, but do you think the media industry as a whole has changed recently?
Oh, it changes all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It always changes all the time. And I mean, the one thing I hear a lot is that there's fewer jobs, especially for you lot who are going to be going out looking for jobs, but it's not necessarily true. I think there are fewer permanent jobs. I'm not sure there's less work though. I think in some respects there's more work now, and more enjoyable work and better work, working on films, working on dramas for TV, working on factual programming. There's much more opportunity now than it was 15 years ago. But most of it is freelance. So you've got to get your head around being entrepreneurial and grabbing work and just taking every opportunity that comes your way, rather than thinking you're going to be able to get into a job. So I think that's the biggest change, is the jobs market, the way that it works.
Yeah. So in terms of growth in Cardiff, do you think that in the next 15 years it'll be competing, or if not better than, the way that London's been working production-wise?
Well, I don't think it'll ever be as big as London. I mean, Cardiff's got, well, I don't know, almost 400,000 people living here, and London's got, what, 6 million, 7 million? I don't know, can't remember. A lot, anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that in itself is such a huge difference, and it's just such a big city. But, you know, we don't need to compete in the same way. We just need to be cleverer, I think, in some, not more clever, but different. You know, programmes from Wales need to be have a slightly different edge that gets you something above the London companies, really.
Okay, thank you very much for the interview there. That was some very interesting stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you to Craig for that insightful and interesting interview on the media industry. I learned a lot.
Now, for one of our regular segments, A Day in the Bay.
Let's take a look.
Cardiff is widely known as a hub for media, with many television shows, films and radio stations being based here. With the regeneration of Cardiff Bay, more media is being created in that area. Cardiff Bay was used as the high-tech urban setting for Doctor Who and the show's spin-off, Torchwood. The makers of these shows deliberately avoided stereotypical portrayals of Wales in order to portray Cardiff as the modern, cutting-edge centre it is today. Many shows have been filmed in the Bay over the years, and the development of BBC Roselock Studios since 2011 has only encouraged this. It has since become a centre of excellence for drama, a place brimming with new energy and talent. The 170,000 square foot facility now houses productions for Doctor Who, Casualty and Pobberly Combe. The stainless steel water feature in Cardiff Bay was designed by artist William Pye in 2000. It is approximately 70 foot high and has become an iconic feature of the bay. It has more recently become synonymous with the hit show Torchwood. Due to the success of the show, the bay has undergone further development by fans of the character Ianto Jones. After his death on the show, fans turned the popular filming location into a shrine to his memory.
Well, that was an interesting look into the art and culture scene in the Bay. And after this short break, we'll be taking a look at independent music artists living and working in Cardiff. Welcome back to Exposure Investigates. So, independent music, are you a fan?
Yeah, I quite like a bit of independent music. I'm a avid fan of Beyonce. She's an independent woman, so I suppose she counts.
I don't think that's the independent music we're kind of talking about, Liam.
Yeah.
But
On a serious note, there are some quite good bands like Remembering August, rather. They're quite good. I know quite a few buskers as well who are trying to break into the music scene as well and stuff like that, so it's all quite cool.
It's good. Obviously, we've got the Uni's own Peasants King as well, and they're on the cusp of something. So, yeah, it's really interesting to see independent music. I think it's really growing.
Yeah, big fan. So there are many live music events happening in and around Cardiff, as well as many great independent artists. We find out a little bit more about it.
Only a few hundred feet from the Atrium building, we find Goody Who, a cosy little cafe and bar in the centre of Cardiff where you can come for a drink and some live music. We had a chat with Jenny, who told us a bit more about Goody Who and how they are promoting local music in Cardiff.
So we just had our 6-year birthday. Goody Who's been here for 6 years. It's a tiny live music venue. I think definitely the best one in Cardiff. Our capacity is about 200, 240 people, depending do we have double marquees in the back or not. And ask anyone who's been here, like everyone loves it and keeps going back. We have like every sort of kind of events. Like if you're looking for music, different ones, we have punk nights in here. We have brass nights, rock, punk and solos, DJs, bands, like solo performers, everything you'd ask for really. But then we do have like lingo bingos, Northern Lingo Bingo, Cardiff Caterpillar Comedy, and like quiz and music matters quiz and things. We have an event almost every single day of the year, you know. So always something to look forward to.
So with the music, do you think that it's important to include diversity in your live music instead of having specific genres week in, week out?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and it's good for all the customers. It's good for people who work here. You get to see like loads of different ones that you wouldn't necessarily normally choose to do. So like independent bands in Cardiff, we get lots of people like questioning like can they play here, can they put events on, night on, anything like that. And it's all on our website. You can just put all your details there. What would you like to do? When would you like to, or interested to doing it? And you can like put your music links in there. What does it sound like? Anything like that, and we'll contact you. You know, it's very simple, and you get all the information is there. And we're more than happy to have like everyone to perform here. And they do some of them that do like a DJ event in the evening. Some do different dance and music. You know, whatever you want really.
Tonight's event is Folk in the Owl's Nest, and the theme is folk music. After a quick sound check, the Brummies is ready to go on stage.
So that was a very exciting look into the local music scene.
Now, with the Creative Arts University based in the centre of Cardiff, it's easy to see why there are so many creative individuals in here. So we decided to take a look at the local art scene to find out about some of Cardiff's hidden gems.
What is art? We're on the lookout for the different types of art in Cardiff city centre. Art can come in all types of shapes, sizes, and on a variety of surfaces. There is a strong line between street art and genuine vandalism. This work belongs to Argentinian artist Hayuro. It was created during the Empty Walls Festival in 2014 and features men and women with masks over their mouths with their hands held up, which is rumoured to symbolise the Ebola pandemic. Street art can also be used to promote a company or business. Art can also come in the form of statues that pay tribute towards historic figures. Skin art is also becoming increasingly popular with henna tattoos and permanent tattoos. Cardiff features and supports independent artists that create beautiful pieces of work. Next time you're in the town centre, see if you can spot these unique creations.
Now, if you tuned in at the start of the show, you may remember the presenter challenge we were given, in which we had to guess where our crew is in Cardiff.
So, do you have any ideas?
I feel like I should know, but my mind's gone blank.
Do you know, it looks quite futuristic, so I'm not really...
It's definitely new building, I would say, definitely.
Right,
Which
so...
narrows it down.
Let's find out the answer.
So, did you guess correctly? It was, of course, the Atrium.
The Atrium.
I can't believe it.
You think we would have known that.
I know.
I suppose being here every day, you don't look at it in the same way.
Yeah, either that clue is really cryptic or we're just really stupid. I guess.
I'm going to go with the first one.
Same.
Well, seeing as this episode is all about art and culture in Cardiff, we decided to tell you about the best media and arts to come out of Wales.
So, did you know that Hannibal Lecter, aka Anthony Hopkins, was actually Welsh?
I actually didn't know that. And Catherine Zeta-Jones, she's Welsh as well.
Oh, of course she is. So, here's a short film to tell us all about what Wales has produced.
There have been so many creative people and creative work to come out of Wales. We decided to take a look at the very best that Wales has produced. To start, we looked at films that have their roots in Wales. We start with a mega blockbuster, Lara Croft Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life. Filmed in 2003 and with a budget of 95 million, scenes of the film were shot in Snowdonia mountain range. However, it can be difficult to identify Snowdonia in these films due to the state-of-the-art CGI used in the film. Moving on to a more comedic film now, we take a look at Dirty Sanchez. Dirty Sanchez is a skit-style television show in which a group of 4 guys challenge themselves and each other to do increasingly dangerous and embarrassing stunts. After that, let's go on to Welsh television. Did you know that Wales has its own Welsh language station, S4C? One show that received national attention was Gavin and Stacey. The story of a Welsh girl falling in love with an English boy takes a comedic look at Welsh and English culture. Finally, in the TV category, we have Stella. Written by and starring Ruth Jones, Stella is a single mum running a local ironing business. It is filmed in the Rhondda Valley in Wales primarily. Moving on to something of a darker nature now, we have renowned Welsh actor Anthony Hopkins, shown starring in Silence of the Lambs, a film that won him an Oscar for Best Lead Actor.
Thank you, Clarice. Thank you.
Last, but definitely not least, there have been some fantastic music groups to come out of Wales. Spanning a wide variety of genres, bands like the Manic Street Preachers and Funeral for a Friend find their roots in Wales. Thank you for listening, and we hope you learnt a little bit more about what Wales has produced.
I have to admit, I'm a huge Gavin and Stacey fan.
Yeah, I love Gavin and Stacey. It's brilliant, isn't it?
It really does just represent Wales.
Yeah. Did you ever fancy Smithy?
I have a strange sort of crush on
Yeah,
James
see,
Corden.
all my friends who are girls always say that they really fancy Smithy, and I just can't
It's not
get my
something
head
you want
around
to
it.
admit, but it's there. I don't know why. Well, thank you for tuning in to Exposure Investigates.
See you next time. Bye.